Summary of Mijbill the Otter. The story, Mijbill the Otter, begins with the writer, Gavin Maxwell, who was traveling to Basra with his friend to the Consulate General to collect and answer their mail from Europe. During their journey, Maxwell expressed his desire to keep an otter as a pet instead of a dog, as he felt very lonely after losing his pet dog earlier. His friend suggested he get an otter from the Tigris marshes in Iraq. When they reached the destination, his friend received the mail immediately, while Maxwell had to wait for a few more days to receive his mail. Once he received the mail, he took the sack that was brought by two Arabs carrying a message from his friend and discovered an otter inside it. He christened the otter Mijbill and would often refer to it as Mij. It took a little while for the little creature to adapt to its surroundings. In due course, Maxwell observed that Midge enjoyed playing with water and how it learned to open the bathroom faucet on its own. The writer was thoroughly amazed at the games played by Midge with its own touch of creativity. Soon it was time for Maxwell to return to England with his pet otter. However, British Airlines had a few restrictions that barred animals from traveling with human beings, so he booked another flight that allowed Midge to travel with him. The new airlines insisted that Midge should be packed in a box so that it didn't disturb other co-passengers on board. Henceforth, Maxwell arranged for a box 1 hour before the flight, put Mijbill inside and left to grab a quick meal. When he returned, he found there were holes in the box and the edges were stained with blood. He understood that Midge must have injured himself inside the box. He cleaned the box properly and reached the airport a few minutes before the flight took off. When he boarded the flight, he explained the entire incident to an air hostess who advised him to keep his pet on his lap rather than locking his pet inside the container. Maxwell was filled with gratitude for her kind words. But the moment he opened the box, Midge leapt out and vanished in thin air, which caused a lot of chaos on the flight. Many co-passengers were astonished to see the little creature moving around. But the kind-hearted air hostess took Midge and handed it to Maxwell in no time. Soon, they reached London, and Maxwell thanked the crew for their support on board. In London, Midge got used to its surroundings gradually. It started playing with marbles and ping-pong balls. The writer was also amazed by the game that Midge had developed with his broken suitcase. Maxwell often took Midge for a walk, and the people of London would make wild guesses about his pet. Some called Midge to be a baby seal, beaver, or squirrel, and there were still a few more who would refer to the otter as a hippo. The most shocking response that Maxwell received from a laborer who was digging a hole when he asked him, "Here, mister, what is that supposed to be?" Conclusion of Mijbill the Otter. In the chapter Mijbill the Otter, the story explains the beautiful bond of the author with his pet otter, Mijbill, and the series of incidents that followed during their onward journey to London. This article focuses on Mijbill the Otter summary. The author of the story is Gavin Maxwell. In this story, the writer tells us how his life altered after he decided to keep an otter. Here he is taking us through his journey and his experiences with Mijbill or Midge the otter. The journey begins from Iraq to London and via a flight. The otter created havoc in flight and scared everyone. However, a generous air hostess helped the otter to travel with Mijbill. Later in London, people are clueless about the otter and keep guessing the animal's name. The story explains the bond of the author and his pet otter, and the series of incidences happened during their journey to London. For more update, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.